center position at this point? Obviously, spring. I know, you want versatility. You're trying guys out there and all that stuff. But you feel like Coleman's kind of taken to it pretty well
he's
here
done
so far.
well. That's the only position he hasn't played since he's been here. So why wouldn't he go in and try that? And all the same stuff with Coleman. He's just athletic and competitive, and so there's been some challenges. Never having snapped the ball, and all of a sudden you got a 320-pound guy lined up less than an inch from you. It's a little bit of a challenge, but I think he's responded really well to it. And Matt James has been in there playing center. He's done a nice job. Mike Knipes played some center for us. He's had a few snaps this spring, and so still trying to build some depth there.
Yeah. What are the challenges, I guess, in general for a guy like Coleman, shifting all around and getting there? Obviously, he's got the aptitude, to move all around.
And each spot has its own little kind of tweaks that's different.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, for these guys, playing football is playing football. So I think they adjust over time, and certainly in the spring, we're not in the mode that we got to be perfect. We're out there trying to get better and compete and all that stuff. But now's the time to make some mistakes, and so, which he has done for sure. But he's out there battling through it.
Yeah.
How comfortable are you out there with Andrew Kirkland at left tackle?
Kirk started, 2 games for us at left tackle last year. The last 2 wasn't anticipating it, and he did a good job competing out there. He's got a lot of stuff to clean up. He, for whatever reason, was a guy that it took him a little bit of time to go from the right-handed stance to the left-handed stance. I think Coleman adapted to that pretty easily when we moved him around last year, but Kirk, it took him a little bit of time, and he seems to be pretty comfortable today. He played both tackles.
When you say clean up, is that footwork, technique, just knowledge?
Yeah, getting out of your stance is different. It feels different, and just some of the stuff we do in a left-handed stance versus a right-handed stance is very different.
We haven't talked about Burleson a whole lot. A guy with obviously a lot of physical attributes, but maybe raw just in football a little bit. How far has he come? In the
really feel like he's progressed.
Yeah.
He's I've been pleased with what he's done so far this spring. He's getting a lot of reps, which is great for him. He's no longer a guy that hasn't played a lot of football. We don't want to approach it that way with him, and it's time for him to take advantage of that 6'7" body and move some guys around. But he's progressed pretty well.
You feel like it was a nice challenge for him to put him out there with the ones at this point. Just to
for sure. And he did that a little bit today. He got some reps with the ones out there, and so I don't feel like he's arrived. I don't think he feels like he's arrived, but I think he's making progress to the point that he can go compete against guys that we got to compete against.
I know Trey's sitting out, but how good is Trey Adams, and what's his upside?
Well, we've said it before, but just a long guy with great athleticism and knee bend is pretty good tools. And a guy that came in here at 300 pounds, so we're not trying to spend a year and a half trying to put weight on him. So he came in with a lot of the stuff we were already looking for. Super competitive kid, and so, who knows, but I think he's got the tools to be a really, really good player.
And Matt James, able to keep some weight on him, it looks like.
Yep, Matt, he's started spring ball at 290, which is about 30 pounds heavier than what he played the season at, so I think that's going to be an important thing for him.
You're a little short on bodies out there.
I think it's somewhat typical for spring. I think you're lucky if you have double digits, and so we've been 10, 9, 11. Would I love to have 15 guys? Yeah, but I don't think that's totally realistic in spring football.
Is it difficult to evaluate the group without Adams and McGarry being out there every snap at this point?
Spring's a little bit different in terms of I don't think you really evaluate the group as much as you are individuals coming along, and we're not even in that mode of trying to figure out who the best 5 are. We haven't really done a lot of rotating guys with 1s and 2s and all that stuff because they just need to focus on their own thing and getting better, which I think is a good thing. For guys to get hung up on which group they're working on with right now is not important, and so. Hey, we're always trying to work as a unit and be cohesive, and those things are critical for success, but that's not the focus right now.